What's up, Commanders fans? Today I wanted to talk to y'all about the running back. So we now have Jacory Krosky Merritt. Bruh, that name is crazy. So I'm just going to call him his nickname. Let's go. Okay, JCM, I think that's what it is. So now that we have him and we have a running back that can, be way much better than Brian Robinson. Because one, I didn't see Brian Robinson still being here after the draft. Or shit, even before the draft. I didn't see him still here. And maybe we might not even see Brian Robinson still here before the trade deadline. So, right now, we're going to see if these guys can really put something together with the running back room that we have now. Because I felt like we got even stronger. I'm going to put it that way. Because what JCM brings to the table is enough to make me excited, to keep me motivated. And of course, he wasn't able to play as much last season because he was ineligible. And he at least got to play in, what do you call that thing? The Senior Bowl. It wasn't the Senior Bowl, but it was the other bowl where they have all the other the guys who are going later in the draft get into a bowl, and it's more like a Pro Bowl. And, you just see who's going to be the best. And he was the MVP. So we really got to see him just show that he could still play the game, even though he had so much time off. He had 97 yards in that game, and he had 2 touchdowns. It wasn't like the most phenomenal game for him, but it was something to show us that, he still got some play in him, and he can still do his thing. And he's still excited, and still motivated. And that was one thing that stood out to Lance Newmark, that no matter how much time he played last season, he still stayed on the team. He still went to practices. He was a leader. And that's what we need here. And we need a guy that can give us more than what Brian Robinson has given us. And honestly, I love what Austin Ekeler gives us. I love the spark that he brought to this team. But we know we needed something extra, too, to go with it. And I think we have a 3-headed monster with those guys. And the way I see it right now, if we were to keep 3 running backs and maybe even 4, I feel like it would go JCM, then it would go Brian Robinson, Austin Ekeler, and I want to say Christopher Rodriguez, but it's all gonna come down to how these guys play in the preseason and training camp and OTAs. And we also got Jeremy McNichols still there, Michael Wiley, and we got another running back. But I'm not looking really excited about him. But I just feel like what we got now is perfect. That we were complaining a lot before the draft about what we needed. We was complaining last season when Brian Robinson came back from injury, and he wasn't doing anything, and we needed more. And even in the playoffs, we needed more. But because it was a lot put on Jaden when Jaden had to go out there and move the chains himself and put his life on the line. Because understand, when he's running between the tackles, his life is on the line. Because I like Jaden to run to the outside, and that's it. I don't like him going through the chains at all. But my man's was risking it all to get us these touchdowns, get us these wins, get us to the Super Bowl. And he was putting it all on the line. And when you're in them tough games, you need a tough running back to get you the first down. And not just a tough running back, but a running back that has great ball vision and elusiveness, and a guy that can do more than just the basics. So that's what we needed. And Brian Robinson just wasn't cutting it. Of course, we can have him on them tough downs, but we need a guy that can allow this offense to keep flowing. So we have him now, and the way I see this offense now with Terry McLaurin, Debo there, even Michael Gallup, not sure if he's going to make it throughout the whole season. Not sure if he's going to make the team. But with the guys we have now, Jalen Lane, Luke McCaffrey on the second year, hopefully we can see him really show out and, really find more times to get the ball and create more space to get open. And it's a lot of guys that we have. We got Noah Brown back. Hopefully we get a whole season with him. So the offense is looking good. It's pause, but it's looking delicious. Pause. And then we got Zach Ertz back. He built so much chemistry with Jaden Daniels in the playoffs, in the late games that we had last season against the Falcons. They really started to mesh very well. And it was like, yo, we look unstoppable. And we got rid of De'Ami Brown and Olamide Zaccheaus, but we got that all back in Jalen Lane. And I'm just excited for what we have on the offensive line as well, with Laramie Tunsil, Brandon Coleman on the second year, Sam Cosmi coming back off an injury soon. Hopefully he's up to speed. The guys that we have are ready. I'm gonna put it that way. And then we got Josh Connerly. He's there to protect Jaden Daniels as well. These some big guys, and I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. If we can put it all together, because this is what Cliff Kingsbury wanted. This is what he was looking for. He was looking for in the first round when we had the 29th pick. He was looking for that guy. He was hoping he was there, and he was, and we got him. And then it's just we're building so much on the offense that it's just like I can't be mad. We got a wide receiver. We got a running back. We got an offensive lineman. We got the things we complained about going into this draft. The only thing we didn't get was defensive end, and of course, it's a lot of things we're gonna miss out on because we only had 5 picks to use, and we just in situations like this you got to make the best decision on each pick because we had 2 opportunities to move back in the draft. But in my opinion, and in Adam Peters' opinion, he got 2 first-round picks with Trey Amos, and Josh Connerly. So I can't be mad. And Jalen Lane was definitely a plus for our offense. And also JCM was a plus. And then, we also got a middle linebacker, which was Kane Medrano. And in my opinion, he plays fast. And this was a pick that not just him, but our linebackers coach wanted as well. And our linebackers coach was used to playing with when he was at UCLA. So they already got chemistry. And, before the draft, many people don't know this, but while the draft was going on, before they picked Kane, Kane had sent a message to our linebackers coach, Ken Norton, and said, come get me, So with your next pick, make sure that you get me. And they did. And it's just crazy to think about. And for the future, it's something for the future. Like when we win the Super Bowl and Kane is there, you think about this. You think about all these instances, guys you didn't think was going to be there, and guys that we lost in the draft. I mean, not in the draft, but before the draft, we lost. Like, I was about to say Cleveland Farrell, but what's his name? Dante Fowler. We lost him. We lost De'Ami Brown. We lost Olamide Zaccheaus. A lot of guys we lost. But for the guys that we still have and the guys that we went to get, you just got to accept it and be happy and just understand that the team is moving in a different direction. And we can't do nothing but be happy, right? And just accept that, hey, this is a new team and I'm excited for it. And I think our offense went up. In my opinion, we was probably a B offense going into the playoffs last season. And I felt like this pushed us to a A. We just a regular ass A. We're going to see what happens when the season starts. And I feel like our defense, we got a linebacker. And I'm talking about just the draft. We got a linebacker. We're going to see what happens. He's really athletic. But now we got to see the production. What is the production like? Is he going to blend well with Ken Norton because he's been there before? And like I keep telling y'all, it's all about chemistry. Chemistry. He's been here before. He's played under Ken Norton, so he know how the coaching is. He just got to learn the playbook and get there. And now he's not just under Ken Norton, he's also under our defensive coordinator. So, Joe Witt Jr. So he has to understand that as well, how he likes to play. And he's got to play to his speed. So, this team is going up. Is it going up as fast as we want it because we don't have a defensive end right now? Chill out. Relax. It's going to happen. Adam Peters is going to make the right decisions, right moves. He's going to get somebody that probably is in free agency, or if not, somewhere down the line during the season. So, just got to step back and just enjoy where we at. And I'm excited for this running back room because that was something I was scared about too. And our offense went up. Defense, I feel like we're still in the same spot, but I'm feeling much better about it. And especially on the back end, where we lost Jeremy Chin, but we got Will Harris. And Will Harris has chemistry with Marshawn Lattimore. Marshawn Lattimore feels like he's going to be back to his top self this year. And I'm excited to see where it's going to be. And to compare Jeremy Chin to Will Harris, he didn't give up as many touchdowns as Jeremy Chin last season. So I'm just excited for what we can do. Let's just see how they put it all together. And just so y'all know, I'm out.